Hello, hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back and welcome to another edition of Shop My Decks. So we are quickly approaching the end of 2022 and it's time to let some old energy out in order to let some new energy in. So I have some decks in my collection that are not getting the love that they deserve, that maybe one of you out there might want to choose one of these decks and choose to bring it into your home and give them some love. So some of these are left over from my last Shop My Decks, but if you're new to my channel, they'll be new to you. All right, the parameters of purchasing one of my decks is, well, you have to be in the US. I'm just going to ship within the continental US. And you will see the prices listed in the description box below, and those prices will reflect shipping as well. Now I will accept PayPal for payment. I will be using my husband's PayPal account because I don't have one. And you must be okay with choosing the friends and family option, because for some reason when we do the other option, the regular option, PayPal holds the money quite a long time. And I had this happen the last 2 times that I sold decks this way. And yeah, and it's really hard for some reason to get, yeah, it took a month for, I saw that you all paid, I mailed out your decks, but it took like a month for PayPal to pay me. And when the friends and family option was chosen, I was paid like right away. So that's why I'm choosing it. And so if you want to purchase any of these decks, you have to be okay with choosing that option. Now, if you're sketchy about choosing that option because you don't get the typical PayPal protections, I hope that some of you who have bought decks from me before will comment below and at least note your experience from purchasing decks from me, that you get them in the condition advertised. I don't pack them. My husband packs them very, very well. And you get them in just pristine condition, and you get them in a timely manner. So if you do have an experience, if you're watching this and purchasing decks from me, let everybody know in the comment box below that, yeah, I'm not sketchy. You will get your decks in the advertised condition. I'll let you know if any of these decks have anything wrong with them, but these decks have not gotten the love that they needed. They're in very, very like new, pristine condition. You'll see that, well, I have a couple that still have the plastic wrap on, so they're brand new. So, all right, with that, let's get on to the first deck. The first deck I would like to rehome is the Dark Goddess Tarot by Ellen Lorenzi Prince. This is one of those big box tarot deck and book sets. I don't know who the publisher is of this. I don't think it's Llewellyn, but as you can see, this is in perfect condition. No dents on the outer box. And basically it's been sitting on my shelf for the most part. Perfect condition, no tears. I have read the book and I found it wonderful and outstanding. But I found that basically for this set, the book is a standout for me, and the cards, because I saw the artwork in the book, I knew I wasn't going to be called to use these cards because the artwork doesn't really speak to me, albeit it's beautiful. And I know a lot of people really, really love this deck. And see, it's still in the plastic wrap. So you're not going to see any chips or scuffed on the metallic edging. It's still all in order. And it is a glossy cardstock, just to let you know. But there's the inside of the box. It is solid, so the cards can't go sliding through the box, but the insert's in perfect condition, as is, let me put these in carefully. As is the book. There's no horrible bending. You know, when I get these books and I read them, I'm very, very careful with them. But you can see the beautiful large illustrations. And it's a wonderful book, especially if you're interested in reading female mythology. This is a favorite of many, many people. But the imagery, while I find it intriguing, it just doesn't call to me. And I know a lot of people love it. It's a great favorite of many, many people, and maybe it will suit somebody else's practice. But for me, I've appreciated it, but it needs to be loved. So there are no stains, no grossness, nothing on. This is like new condition with just the plastic basically taken off. So again, the price will be listed down below, and that price will include shipping. So that is the Dark Goddess Tarot in perfect condition by Ellen Lorenzi Prince. The next deck that I would like to find a home for is the Empty Cup Oracle by Stasia Burrington. Now this was from my last video of Shop My Decks, and it's a holdover. But as you can see, it is in beautiful condition. And I think I will lower the price from what it was previously. Again, price will reflect shipping. But this is an indie deck. Beautifully, I mean, there's gold foil on the box, and on the back. It's a beautifully produced deck. Whoops. And you can see on the box, there's no scuffs, no dents, no evidence of shelf wear. It does come with a little book, but there's no images. But you get what you need from this little book. And you get some good quotes in here. And the cards. Look how pretty that box is. Again, you see no dents, no scuffs, no evidence of shelfware. These cards are in this wonderful matte kind of bronzy color. It's turning up yellow on my phone, but it's actually more of a bronze. Those are the backs, and these are like in that rose petal finish. And I'll just flip through a few of the cards here so you can see it's white space. The writing in this book, the images are so simple, and what stand out with this deck is, the writing that goes with such a simple object. Stasia Burrington is really good. I really appreciate her writing. But it's a wonderful companion if you have the Sasrobito Tarot. But I find I don't really use oracles that much. I have my favorites and I kind of stick to them. Although this was really, really good. I haven't been reaching for it, and I haven't used it in a very long time. And I've sat with it, and it was in my last video, and I haven't felt the need, which was a while ago. And I haven't felt the need to reach for it. I have my tried and trues and my favorites. So this one needs to get some love. So I will lower the price a little bit from what it was in my last video, if you had seen that video. And maybe one of you will want to give this beautiful deck a new home. And that is the Empty Cup Oracle. It's an indie deck by Stasia Burrington. The next two decks are going to be from the same creator, Oracle and a tarot deck, and they are holdovers again from my last video. But in case you're new, I just thought I'd bring them out again. The tarot deck is the Apparition Tarot, a Spirit Speak deck by Mary Elizabeth Evans. And again, you can see that this is a beautifully produced and illustrated deck. There's no shelf wear, no scuffing, no dents on this deck. And you can see a sample of the images, and there's thumb cutouts. And there are some illustrations inside the box. And look at these, look at the backs. Look at the backs for this deck. And it's edged in metallic gold, and you can see it's virtually perfect. Virtually perfect. It's like a brand new deck. Here, let me show you. It's in pristine condition. Show you all sides. So this is one of those decks that are, I don't know, I call them the squiggle decks because of her style of illustration. A lot of spindly fingers and long arms and things. So if you don't like that, this may not be a deck for you. But I got this deck pretty early on when I was discovering indie decks. And I had, I think, all of Mary Elizabeth Evans' decks at one time, minus the Iris Oracle. I never did get that one, even though it was on my list. But you can see with the minimalistic drawings, you get a nod to traditional tarot imagery, even though it is very, very unconventional. And this is a good deck if you want to maybe delve into intuitive readings. You know, this, even though there's hints to the traditional RWS, it's a deck when you pull a card, it just really makes you think, and you're kind of for a while. It doesn't hand it to you in on a silver platter, which is great about this deck. But I find that I just don't reach for it that much anymore because, again, I'm finding at this juncture, I'm finding what I use, what resonates with me. And sometimes when you're new to tarot, as I said, I got this early on, you're experimenting a lot. And I very much purchased this deck when I was in an experimental part of my tarot journey. Now I kind of know what I'm going to reach for, what I'm going to like. And this is a great deck, but it's just something that hasn't had some love in a very, very long time. But it may be something that one of you out there would love. I mean, look at these backs, the teal, the little cherubs. It is a very, very unique and thoughtful and just original deck. So yeah, if one of you right now is feeling that kind of tingling feeling, like you're vibing with the images, that could be a signal. But it also comes with a really cute little guidebook, again in teal. And you get just a little bit, not a lot, but just what you need. And you do get a black and white picture of the card, so you can read the book in bed if you want without having to bring your cards with you. And again, it's just, I mean, you could use this if you're a beginner. You get just what you need. If you have a rudimentary knowledge of the traditional RWS, you could easily read with this. So this is the Apparition Tarot, a Spirit Speak deck by Mary Elizabeth Evans. And then to go along with that is the Vessel Oracle by Mary Elizabeth Evans, which they'll be sold separately. But if you wanted to buy both, maybe we could work something out and I could take a few bucks off if you wanted to purchase both. As you can see, again, this box is a little bit different. It's got the magnetic closure. And again, you can see there's no denting, no shelfware. It's pink with little pink hearts, and you can see a little bit of the imagery here. Very, very wonderful, unique deck. Again, you know what she does with her boxes on the inside. So cute. Magnetic closure. This is the back. This is different cardstock than the Apparition Tarot, but it's not edged, and there's a lot of white space, which there tends to be with her decks. But this is fire, forgive, very minimalistic drawings, but very unique, very whimsical. Grieve. And it does come with a little white book, and you do get a little bit regarding the card, but this is a deck you really don't need. You don't need a book. You get the illustration. If you like decks like that, sometimes, you know, you don't want to have to get out a book to use with an oracle, and sometimes you do. But this is a deck that you don't need to look at the book at all. Though it's always good, you know, to flip through it once. I like this card make. But again, I got it to use with the Apparition Tarot, and but this one is really, really simple. Great little deck. And I hope that one of you will give it a good home. And that is the Vessel Oracle by Mary Elizabeth Evans. The next two decks I'm hoping to rehome are going to be a set, because that is how they were sold and how I purchased them. They were a Kickstarter. This was a Kickstarter campaign, and this is the Pixie Pop Tarot and the Mystic Woodlands Tarot Infused Charmed Playing Cards by Jillian C. Wild. So I can't show you the cards on these decks because I have not opened them. They are still in their shrink wrap. So I backed the Kickstarter, and then because I love Jillian's decks, I have her Oracle and her Naked Heart Tarot. But when I was thinking about it after I backed it, I'm thinking, you know, this is an RWS deck. And it's Jillian playing with the colors and adapting it, making it a little bit more diverse. But it's basically a traditional RWS deck with Jillian's magic put to it. But I have several RWS decks. I have, and my favorite one being the one when I want an RWS deck, the one that I pull from. I pulled the one by Los Scarabeo, the Antique Tarot. I'm blanking on the title, but it's the one that I reach for. There's the other one, and I can't remember who it's by. That's the mass market one, that's linen. Those two are my favorite, and that's what I reach for. The thing that's unique about this one, and I go back and forth of wanting to keep it, is the size, because it's the perfect size for someone like me with small hands. Though that Los Scarabeo one it's a little bit bigger than this, but it's smaller than kind of the traditional tarot size. But this one is small. And you can see, I think this is more of a traditional tarot size here. This is, I'm blanking on the name again. But anyway, it's thinner, it's shorter, and you can see examples of the art here. So, and then, you know, when you back the Kickstarter, you got both. So these are, I don't know what they look like, but it's got, you know, Jillian's beautiful art. So if you like cartomancy, you know, you can use these as tarot with your playing cards, and you have a regular deck of playing cards. So these are going to go as a set. And look at the cute picture of Pamela Coleman Smith. And yeah, I'm hoping to find a good home for these. But yeah, I go back and forth. You may or may not see these in the description box below. I've pretty much decided, you know, I've had it for a while. I have not opened it. So yeah, they need to go. And that was the Pixie Pop Tarot and the Mystic Woodlands Tarot Infused Charmed playing cards. The next offering I have is a holdover from my last video. It is the Cosmo Visions Oracle set book, hardback book, deck. I have a print, and I also have the spread cloth. It's going as a set, and this was the Kickstarter edition by James R. Eads. So first, let me show you before we get into the deck and the book. You will be getting the spread cloth, which is in a faux suede or velveteen fabric, and it has this wonderful gold imprinted in it. It is very, very luxe. But also, if you already have the Prisma Visions deck too, this cloth is double-sided. Of course, you don't need, oh, I have the eye sideways, so it goes like this. So if you already have the Prisma Visions and you don't have the Cosmo Visions, you're going to get a spread cloth here that you could use with both decks. The next spiff, you're going to get a print, the High Priestess and the Swan. It's in plastic. It has not been taken out. So you're going to get that with the cloth. And let's take a look at the deck. It's, of course, in a beautifully illustrated box. You can see some of the artwork here. This is listed as the 2020 first edition. I don't know if there's been an upgraded edition. I haven't really kept up. I've been trying to keep off sites on purpose. I'm trying to rein in my buying. But look, beautiful production, beautiful. It does come with a book included, but this is like its own system, deals a lot with the afterlife, and you can see this is in a matte cardstock, and you've got this dark gray or gunmetal edging, and you can see I have not used really this deck. I've just kind of tinkered with it a little bit, but I haven't, you can see there's no bow in it, so you can see no hard shuffling. Gorgeous backs. It's very, very matte. And then you get the book, just the small book that you can carry with you with some spreads. For some reason, I just didn't jive with this system for me. There's another system by Conway that I've been kind of investigating that I think would work, that I would, vibe with better. But this is beautiful, and it's a masterful work by James R. Eads. But sometimes you've got to buy the thing to see if it's going to work for you. Sometimes you just can't tell. And this was a Kickstarter, but I did get the extra hardback book. So this is all going to be as a set. So this book is double-sided and serves double duty. I mean, this book in and of itself, it's so luxe. So one side is for the Prisma Visions. Again, if you have that deck, you have the history, you've got all the illustrations, getting to know Prisma Visions. Look at how big and wonderful. And this is semi-glossy paper. It's really, really nice. But look how much content you get for one card. Upright meaning, reversed meaning. You get a description of the card. And then we go, also you get that for the minors too. But then if you do the magic trick and turn it this way, you have the information for the Cosmo Visions Oracle. So the book was extra. I paid extra in the Kickstarter for the book. This is a great system. And if you are a fan of James R. Eads, you should be all over this. It's very, very in depth. I mean, you could tell so much work went into this. It is beautiful, 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 beautiful. Just let me know if you are interested in purchasing this set for me. You get the cloth, which is in perfect, pristine condition, the deck in pristine condition, the print, the extra Kickstarter print, and the extra hard book. So if you already have the Prisma Visions deck, you can use the cloth, and the book would be very, very good companions. So this is not going to be separated. It's all going to be as a set. The next offering I have is just a little mass market tuck box deck, and it is the Pride Tarot, a collaborative deck. Now, this is one of those type of collaborative decks that, has a lot of different artists offering, their take on a card. So you can see on the side, it says Pride Tarot is an incredibly diverse and unique deck that celebrates the LGBTQ+ community. This inspiring deck features 45 artists from around the globe whose poignant and powerful stories highlight some aspects of the LGBTQ+ experience. In the spirit of love and support, US Game Systems, Inc. is proudly donating to an LGBTQ+ organization. Please visit our website for more details. So it comes with a pretty chunky monkey guidebook, which gives you the information of who did the illustrations. So, and also the description here. So for instance, this King of Wands is illustrated by Marco, it's an Italian name, I can't pronounce it, Prieto, and the description for the card is by Arwen Lynch. So the Eight of Wands by Gabby Angus West. So you can see who has done all the illustrations. It's all in the book. And look at these backs. Reversible. If you do reversibles, it will, if you do reversibles, no problem. But it's a great deck, and I got it because I was so intrigued. Sometimes with these collaborative decks, they're tricky, and at times I can read with it. I was able to read with it fine, but other times, sometimes the incohesiveness of the images takes me out of it. And there's a lot, Hannah Fofana, the Field Tarot, she's a creator of it's called the Field Tarot. Some of these artists I'm not familiar with, and that's another reason why these decks are so great, because they turn you on to the art of a lot of different artists that you may not have heard of or been familiar with. But it's a beautiful, beautiful deck. Condition, it's still pristine white and clean. I played with it, but you can see my small weekends, I don't riffle shuffle, so there's no bow to the deck. It's like a brand new deck. You can see there's no shelfware on the tuck box. I should have showed you that. Yeah, it's very, very clean. Love is love. It's a very good sentiment. Yeah, I'm just gonna flip through this deck here. Yeah, I'm really, we're entering in a new year, so I'm really taking stock of what I have. My husband and I are in the midst of maybe reprioritizing our purchases. and reevaluating, I mean, thinking really hard of what we bring into our home. I am a lot older than my audience. I am 55. Oh, this Page of Cups is done by Teresa Hutch. So cute. And we've just got to the point, it's like, yeah, we shouldn't be collecting things. We shouldn't be collecting too many things because you never know what's going to happen. Also, I don't want to leave my kids to have to deal with a bunch of my crap. You know, it's kind of a stressful thing when something like that happens and you have to take care of a loved one's possessions. Also, we're reevaluating money because we are thinking, you know, we're getting close to retirement. My husband is older than I am. So it's been an evaluation process of what I bring in and what brings me real joy. So I've been a lot slower on the buy button finger recently because I think, okay, if I buy that deck, whether it's an indie or mass market deck, okay, that's $50 or $20 that should be going to paying off debt, mainly my kids' schooling debt. Yes, I have a lot of that. And or putting it into retirement because we don't have a lot of years left until we retire. My husband, God willing, we're planning on him retiring at 70, and I am not working. So it's a lot of reevaluating. So if I don't need it, you know, it is $20, $50, $60, $70, $80 that could be going to retirement instead, you know, as opposed to taking up shelf space and adding to my possessions. Now, if it's something, now that doesn't mean I'm going to deprive myself. If it's something that I know I'm going to love, I'm going to sit with it for a while. If it's something I'm going to love, and I have a better idea of what those decks are going to be, or what, you know, and other items those are going to be, I'm not going to deprive myself. But I've really slowed down on the buy button, and that has to do with a lot of my art supplies. You know, I'm using what I have instead of buying. I mean, not only in decks, but I'm triggered by art supplies, colored pencils, and marker sets, but I have enough. And if I run out of something, a favorite product, and I don't have anything close as a substitute, then I will replace. As far as like my sewing, if I'm buying fabric for one or two projects and not just clicking on the fabric sales and buying it because it's on sale and buying all this fabric without a clear picture of what I'm going to do with it. So more planning, more thoughtful purchasing is going on. And that's just what's going on with, you know, me and my husband. I know my top demographic, I think, for my videos, which is really strange for me, is like the 24 to 44 or 34 range. And you might not be thinking about retirement, but I'm here to tell you at 55, the years pass by so quickly. And they're, quite honestly, things I wish that I would have done differently in a lot of aspects of my life. Especially knowing how things are, you know, our social safety nets, you know, the days of a pension are, you know, long gone and have gone the way of the dodo for most people. So this spending on things that I don't really need are things that are going to take away from my future security. And that's just the way we've had to think, you know. We're not rich, we're not millionaires. We've had just one income for several years, and that's a great card, by the way. And that's kind of just what our mindset has to be right now. Again, I'm not going to deprive myself of everything, but I'm not a professional reader. I don't need 200 decks. I don't need 100 decks. I don't need 50 decks. You know, I don't need 30 decks. I might stop at 20. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that final number will be. Maybe I'll come back once I've got it under control, but I do have a clearer picture of what I like, what I love, and what I need. So this little deck, the Pride Tarot, it's a mass market deck. If you're interested in it by itself, you can certainly purchase it from me by itself. But if you want to purchase that bigger ticket item, the Cosmo Vision set, if you are quick on the draw, I would throw this deck in for free if you would like me to do so. But, you know, whoever reaches out to me first, it'll be first come, first serve. So again, to reiterate, if you are interested in purchasing any of these decks, this is for if you're buying in the US, shipping to the US only. I'm sorry. Shipping is very expensive right now. And all prices will be listed below, and they will include shipping. Also, if you want to purchase from me, you have to be okay purchasing via PayPal through the friends and family option. Again, because doing it the other way holds up money. It's been my experience for a long time. And again, I would ask, if you've purchased from me a deck from me before, please let everyone know that you get your decks in a timely manner and in great condition, and that they are packed with care and they are as advertised. Now, I understand this is going to go up. I don't know when it's going to go up. It's right around Christmas and everybody's money is tight. So, you know, just this is to keep in mind. I'm going to keep the, you know, the video will be up, and you can check back to see if the decks are available. After a while, though, I'll probably end up, if I don't get any bites, I will end up taking these to one of my local half-price books and selling them there. So yeah, if you don't have the money right now, keep checking back. Look at when something sells, I will note it as sold in this video, but you can always email me as well, and my contact information will be in this video too. So you can ask about it, you know, just in case you're interested, but you can't purchase it. You know, when you have the funds, you can let me know. You can ask me if the item is still available, or you can check back on this video. Okay, with that, I want to wish you the best of holidays. I hope you are happy and healthy, and I don't know, depending when this goes up, I want to wish you a happy new year and a prosperous one. And with that, I will leave you to get on with your beautiful day. Bye for now.